Liam was a trader who traveled between the stars. His small ship moved from planet to planet buying and selling goods. On one busy day, he landed on a crowded space station called Zeta Prime. The station was full of noise, bright lights, and many kinds of aliens. Some were tall, some short, some had many eyes, and some had shining skin. It was a place where anything could be found, for a price. Liam needed to buy supplies for his ship. But as he walked through the market, his eyes caught something unusual. In a dark corner behind a group of loud aliens shouting prices, he saw a young woman. She was different. Her skin was a pale blue with a soft glow. She had small, pointed ears, and her eyes looked tired but strong. She wore simple clothes, and thin metal chains hung from her wrists. She did not speak. She looked like someone who had lost hope. People passed her by, ignoring her like she was not there. Some looked at her with disgust. She was an enslaved alien, brought from a distant planet to be sold. Many people saw her as just property, a tool to use. But Liam saw something else. He saw a quiet strength in her eyes. He saw that she was not broken. He felt a strange pull to help her. He stepped closer and spoke to the trader who owned her. The trader was a large, rough alien with 4 arms and a sharp voice. "How much for the blue-skinned one?" Liam asked. The trader laughed. "She's worthless. No one wants her. Take her for a low price if you want." Liam nodded and paid. The chains were heavy on her wrists as the trader unlocked them and handed her over. She did not resist, but her eyes watched Liam carefully. He helped her up and spoke softly. "My name is Liam. You're safe with me." She said nothing, but her lips moved as if trying to find words. Liam took her to his ship. It was small, but cozy. He gave her food and water. For the first time in a long while, she looked at him and smiled just a little. Liam did not know her name, so he called her Kira. Kira was quiet but curious. She watched everything with sharp eyes. Liam noticed she moved carefully as if she was ready to act fast if needed. Over the next few days, Liam and Kira traveled to other planets. People stared at her because she was an alien slave, but Liam treated her like a person. He talked to her gently and tried to learn about her past, but Kira kept her secrets. One evening, Liam found Kira sitting alone, looking at the stars through the ship's small window. He sat beside her and asked, "Why are you so quiet?" Kira's eyes shone with a strange light. She said softly, "I have seen many battles. I have lost much, but I'm not weak." Liam was surprised. He asked, "What kind of battles?" She looked away and said nothing more. The next day, danger came without warning. As they landed on a small moon to get supplies, a group of raiders attacked the ship. They were rough, dangerous aliens who wanted to steal everything. Liam tried to fight, but there were too many of them. Kira stepped forward without fear. Her chains were gone, but her eyes burned with power. She moved like a shadow, fast and silent. In seconds, she took down one raider after another with moves that Liam had never seen. Her hands were strong and her kicks were quick. Liam watched in shock as Kira fought to protect him. The raiders ran away, defeated. After the fight, Liam helped Kira to sit down. "You are a great warrior," he said with respect. Kira nodded and said, "I have hidden my strength to survive. Now I must be ready. Danger will come again." Liam realized then that Kira was not just a slave. She was a fighter, a survivor, someone with a story that was waiting to be told. As the ship flew into space, Liam made a silent promise. He would protect Kira, and maybe together they could find a way to freedom. After the attack on the small moon, Liam and Kira returned to their ship, the Starwind. The air inside was quiet, but tension filled the room. Liam kept looking at Kira, trying to understand the woman who had saved his life with such skill. Kira sat in the corner, her eyes distant. She did not talk much, but Liam felt her thoughts were heavy. He wanted to know more about her, but he also knew some stories were too painful to tell quickly. Days passed as they traveled through space. Liam fixed the ship's engines, while Kira helped by preparing food and cleaning the small cabin. Even though she was quiet, Liam noticed the careful way she worked. Every movement was exact and careful. One evening, Liam decided to test her trust. He took out a small old weapon from his bag. It was not powerful, just a simple energy staff used for defense. "Can you show me how you fight?" he asked. Kira looked surprised. Then she smiled faintly. "I don't hide anymore." In the narrow room of the ship, Kira moved with grace and power. She took the staff in her hands and showed Liam a series of moves. Her body was strong and fast. She blocked and struck with ease. Liam watched, amazed. "Where did you learn this?" he asked. "I was trained since I was young," Kira said softly. "In my world, I was a warrior." Liam felt a chill. He had never met an alien warrior before. Most aliens he knew were traders, workers, or soldiers under strict commands. But Kira was different. She was free in spirit, even if chained before. Liam asked, "Why are you a slave now?" Kira's eyes darkened. "My people were attacked. I was taken away. I lost my home, my family, my rank. Now I hide who I am to live." Liam nodded slowly. "You should not be alone in this. Maybe I can help." Kira looked at him with a mix of hope and doubt. It is dangerous to trust. But Liam was determined. He felt that together they could face any danger. A few days later, while the Starwind stopped near a mining colony to trade supplies, a stranger approached their ship. The man wore a long coat and a wide-brimmed hat, hiding his face in shadows. He called himself Dran. Dran spoke quietly to Liam. "I know who she is." Liam's heart beat faster. "Who?" "Kira," Dran said, "is a warrior queen from the planet Vela Prime. She was betrayed by her own people and taken as a prisoner. Many want her dead or captured." Liam felt shocked. He looked at Kira, who stood quietly beside him. Dran continued, "You are lucky she is with you, but you must be careful. The people hunting her are close. They will come soon." Liam frowned. "Why would they want to kill her?" "Because she is powerful," Dran said. "She could lead a rebellion. They fear her." Kira said nothing but clenched her fists. Liam saw pain and anger in her eyes. That night, Liam and Kira talked for hours. She told him more about Vela Prime, a world of strong warriors and fierce battles. She was once a leader respected by many, but power made her enemies. She was betrayed by those closest to her, captured, and sold as a slave. "Never stopped fighting inside," Kira said. "Even in chains, my spirit was free." Liam admired her courage. He promised to protect her no matter what. The next morning, alarms sounded on the ship. Raiders were coming, stronger and faster than before. They had tracked Kira's location. Liam prepared the ship for battle. Kira stood beside him, calm and ready. As the enemy ships attacked, Kira took control of the defense systems. Her knowledge of battle tactics surprised Liam. She directed the ship's weapons with skill, helping them fight back. When the raiders boarded the Starwind, Kira was the first to meet them. She fought fiercely, using not only her staff but her hands and feet with deadly skill. Each movement was precise, strong, and fast. Liam helped where he could, but Kira's strength and bravery saved them again. After the battle, the Starwind was damaged but safe. Liam looked at Kira with new respect. "You are not just a warrior. You are a leader," he said. Kira smiled weakly. Maybe it is time to stop hiding. Together, they planned their next move. They would seek allies and find a way to fight back against those who hunted her. Liam knew their journey was dangerous, but with Kira's hidden strength, he believed they could change their fate. The Starwind drifted silently through the empty space near a small, uninhabited planet. Liam and Kira had fixed the ship as best as they could after the raider attack. The engines hummed softly, and the stars outside seemed calm. But inside, their thoughts were far from peaceful. Kira sat quietly, staring at the stars through the window. Liam watched her carefully. He wanted to know more about her past, the story behind her strong heart and fighting skill. "Tell me about your world," Liam said softly. Kira looked at him, her eyes filled with memories. "My world is called Vela Prime," she began. "It was once a proud planet. The people there were strong warriors. We trained from childhood to protect our homes and families." Liam nodded, listening closely. "I was born into a family of leaders," Kira said. "My mother was the queen of our clan. From a young age I was taught to fight, to lead, and to protect." Kira's voice grew softer. "But power is not always good. Some people wanted to take my place. They wanted to control Vela Prime for themselves." Liam asked. "Did they betray you?" Kira's eyes darkened. "Yes. One of my closest friends turned against me. She joined those who wanted to capture me. They attacked my home, took my family, and sold me into slavery." Liam's heart tightened. "I'm sorry, that must have been very hard." Kira nodded slowly. "It was. I lost everything. But I never lost hope." Liam reached out and gently held her hand. "You are stronger than I thought." Kira smiled faintly. "I must be. If I am to survive and one day return to my home, I need strength, inside and outside." For a long time they sat in silence. The stars moved slowly outside, but inside the ship, a new bond was growing. The next day, Liam and Kira traveled to a nearby space station to restock. It was a busy place with many kinds of aliens. Liam noticed how people looked at Kira differently now. Some were afraid, some curious, and some respectful. Kira felt the change too. She walked with her head held high. The secret of her past was still hidden from most, but Liam knew the truth. While they were at the station, Liam met an old friend named Mira. She was a human pilot who had helped him on many journeys. When Liam introduced her to Kira, Mira looked surprised but welcomed her warmly. "You have a strong spirit," Mira said to Kira. "I can see it." Kira smiled. "Thank you." That night, Liam, Kira, and Mira sat together and talked about plans. Kira wanted to find other rebels from Vela Prime who were fighting against the traitors who took her world. Mira said, "I know some people who might help. There are others who want to see justice done." Liam added, "We need allies. The enemy is strong, but together we can fight." Kira felt hope grow inside her. For the first time in a long while, she believed she was not alone, but danger was still near. The traitors from Vela Prime had sent hunters to find her. They would not stop until she was captured or dead. One night, as the star wind rested on a quiet moon, alarms suddenly blared. Lights flashed red. The ship was under attack. Liam quickly grabbed his weapon. Kira stood beside him, calm and ready. The enemy was different this time. They were not just raiders, but soldiers from Vela Prime, sent by the traitors to capture her. The battle was fierce. The soldiers boarded the ship with weapons and armor. But Kira fought with the heart of a queen. Her moves were strong and sure. She used every skill she had learned as a child. Liam helped where he could, but Kira was the leader of the fight. She moved like a shadow, striking with power and speed. The soldiers were surprised by her strength and courage. After a long battle, the enemy was pushed back. The Starwind was damaged, but Kira and Liam were safe. For now. Liam looked at Kira with pride. "You are more than a warrior. You are a leader, and I will stand by you." Kira smiled, tired but determined. "Thank you, Liam. Together we will fight for my people and for freedom." As the Starwind prepared to leave the moon, Kira knew her past would not stay hidden much longer. But with Liam and their new allies, she felt ready to face whatever came next. The Starwind moved steadily through space, carrying Liam, Kira, and their new friend Mira. The small crew was ready to find allies and fight for the freedom of Kira's people. But danger was not far behind. Kira stood on the ship's deck looking at the stars. Her mind was full of plans and worries. The traitors who took her home had not forgotten her. They were sending more soldiers to capture her. Liam came beside her. "We need to be careful. They will come with more strength next time." Kira nodded. "I know, but I cannot hide forever." Mira added, "We have friends in the outer colonies, people who hate the traitors as much as we do. We can find help there." The Starwind changed course toward the outer colonies. It was a region filled with small planets and space stations. Many outlaws and rebels lived there, free from the control of large empires. When they arrived at a trading hub called Nova Station, Liam and Mira went to meet old contacts. Kira stayed on the ship to rest and prepare. At Nova Station, Liam and Mira found a small group of rebels. They were humans and aliens who wanted to fight the traitors on Vela Prime. They listened carefully as Liam spoke about Kira's story and the danger she faced. One rebel leader, a tall alien named Zara, said, "We will help. The traitors are our enemies too. Together we can fight." Back on the Starwind, Kira trained every day. She practiced fighting moves, sharpened her mind, and learned new ways to protect herself and her friends. Liam watched her with admiration. One evening, as Kira prepared for rest, the ship's alarm suddenly rang. Red lights flashed everywhere. The ship shook. Someone was trying to break in. Liam rushed to the control room. "They found us." Kira grabbed her weapon and stood ready. The ship's doors burst open. A group of soldiers from Vela Prime entered, armed and dangerous. They were led by a fierce woman who looked like she knew Kira well. "This ends now, Kira," the leader said. "You will come back with us." Kira's eyes burned with anger. "I will never return to your control." The battle inside the ship was fierce and close. Kira fought with strength and skill. The enemy was powerful, but Kira's will was stronger. Liam helped where he could, firing at the soldiers. Mira coordinated the ship's defense systems to block their attacks. After a hard fight, the soldiers retreated, but they left a warning. "We will return. You cannot escape." Kira and Liam knew the war was just beginning. That night, Kira sat with Liam and Mira. "They fear me because I can inspire hope," she said. "If we want to win, we need more than strength. We need to unite." Liam agreed. "We must find the scattered rebels on Vela Prime and bring them together." Mira smiled. "I know how to contact some of them. It will be dangerous, but it is possible." The next days were filled with planning and preparing. The Starwind became a small but strong base for their mission. Kira grew stronger not just in body but in spirit. She knew she was no longer alone. She had friends, allies, and a chance to fight for her home. As the ship left Nova Station, heading toward the war-torn planet of Vela Prime, Kira looked at the stars. "This time, we will not run. This time, we will fight." The Starwind moved closer to Vela Prime, a planet scarred by years of war and betrayal. The surface was rough and broken, with smoke rising from battlefields far below. Kira stood at the ship's window, watching her home with a mix of pain and hope. "This is where it all began," she said quietly. Liam put a hand on her shoulder. "And this is where it can all change." Their plan was clear. They would find the scattered rebel groups and unite them. Together they could challenge the traitors who ruled the planet. Landing in a hidden valley, the small team began their search. Kira felt the weight of her past, but also the strength of the future she wanted to build. In the valley, they found a group of warriors, humans and aliens, who had been fighting quietly against the traitors. At first, the rebels were suspicious of Kira and her small crew. They had heard stories but never believed the enslaved woman was the warrior queen. Kira stepped forward and spoke with calm authority. "I am Kira, rightful leader of Vela Prime's clan. I have returned to fight for our freedom. Will you stand with me?" The rebels looked at each other, then nodded slowly. They saw the fire in her eyes and the power in her words. Liam and Mira helped Kira organize the rebels. They trained together, planned strategies, and prepared for the battles ahead. Word of Kira's return spread quickly. More rebels joined, inspired by her courage and strength. One night, as they gathered around a fire, an elder rebel said, "Kira, Your people need a leader who will fight with honor. You are that leader. Kira smiled softly. I will not fail them. But the traitors were not idle. They learned of Kira's growing army and sent their own forces to crush the rebellion. The first battle came soon. The rebels faced well-armed soldiers who fought fiercely to keep control of the land. Kira led the charge. Her movements were swift and strong, guiding her people with courage. Liam and Mira fought beside her, their teamwork proving powerful. The battle was long and hard, but in the end the rebels won a surprising victory. The traitors retreated, shocked by the strength of the enslaved woman they had tried to destroy. Kira stood on the battlefield, tired but proud. This is just the beginning, she said. We will free Vela Prime. Liam looked at her with respect and hope. You changed everything. The victory gave the rebels new hope. More joined their cause, and the fight for freedom grew stronger every day. Kira knew the road ahead would be difficult, but with her new allies and Liam by her side, she believed they could win. Together, they would light the flame of freedom and bring peace back to their world. The fight for Vela Prime was far from over. Kira, Liam, and their growing army faced many dangers, but their hope burned brighter than ever. The rebels were no longer just a small group. They were becoming a force to be reckoned with. One day, as Kira and Liam planned their next move, a message arrived from a distant planet. It was from an alien clan called the Tellurians. The Tellurians were known for their fierce warriors and advanced technology. They had remained neutral during much of the conflict, but now offered help. Kira read the message carefully. They want to join us, she said. Liam looked surprised. Why would they help us now? Kira thought for a moment. Maybe they see that the traitors' power is growing too strong. Or maybe they believe in freedom, like we do. They decided to meet the Tellurians to discuss an alliance. The Starwind traveled to the Tellurian homeworld, a planet with tall purple mountains and silver forests. The Tellurian warriors greeted them with respect, but also with caution. The leader of the Tellurians was a tall woman named Vesha. She had sharp eyes and a calm voice. We have watched your fight, Kira. Your courage is known across many worlds. Kira bowed slightly. Thank you, Vesha. We seek peace for our people and justice for those who suffered. Vesha nodded. We will help you. But understand, this alliance means risking much. The traitors will see us all as enemies. Kira agreed without hesitation. We are ready. The Tellurians brought soldiers, ships, and new weapons. Their technology was unlike anything Kira and Liam had seen before. It gave the rebels a new edge. Back on Vela Prime, the rebels and Tellurians trained together. They learned from each other and became stronger as one. But the traitors were quick to respond. They sent spies and assassins to break the alliance. One night a warning came. Someone had tried to attack Vesha. Kira was furious. They want to divide us, Liam said. We must stay united. Together, Kira, Liam, Vesha, and their forces planned a bold strike. They would attack the traitors' main base deep in the mountains. The battle was the largest yet. Ships filled the sky, and soldiers clashed on the ground. Kira led her warriors with bravery. Liam and Mira coordinated the fighters, keeping them safe. Vesha's Tellurians fought fiercely. Their weapons and tactics surprised the traitors. The rebels pushed forward, breaking the enemy lines. After many hours, the traitors' base fell. The victory was a turning point. Kira stood on the battlefield, looking at the fallen enemy. This is for freedom, she said. The alliance between humans, Kira's people, and the Tellurians grew stronger. Together, they brought hope to many who had suffered. Liam smiled at Kira. You brought everyone together. Kira looked at him with gratitude. We are stronger together, and this is just the beginning. The victory at the traitors' base marked a new beginning for Vela Prime. The planet still bore the scars of war, but its people now had hope. Kira, Liam, Mira, and Vesha stood together, ready to lead their world into a better future. Kira looked out over the crowd gathered in the valley where the rebels had made their home. Humans, Tellurians, and many alien species stood side by side. They cheered for the warrior who had returned from slavery to become their leader. Liam stood beside her, proud and quiet. He had seen Kira grow from a silent slave into a strong queen. Now she was more than that. She was a symbol of freedom and courage. Kira raised her hand, calling for silence. "Today, we light the flame of freedom," she said. "We have fought hard and lost much, but we have also gained strength, friendship, and hope." The crowd cheered again, voices rising like thunder. "Our journey is not over," Kira continued. "The traitors still linger, and their power must be broken. But we will stand together, united and strong." Liam took a step forward. "I came to this universe as a traitor," he said. "But now I see what true strength means. It is not weapons or ships. It is the courage to stand for what is right, and the will to protect those who cannot protect themselves." The crowd nodded and cheered. Mira added, "We will rebuild not just our homes but our lives. We will create a future where no one is enslaved or afraid." Vesha stepped forward, her voice calm but powerful. "The Tellurians stand with you all. Freedom is worth fighting for, no matter the cost." Kira smiled, feeling a warmth she had not known in years. "Together, we will heal this world." Days turned into weeks. The rebels worked hard to rebuild towns, restore peace, and help those who suffered during the war. Kira led with kindness and strength. She visited families, helped farmers, and trained young warriors. Liam stayed by her side, always ready to help. He knew their fight was bigger than any one person. It was about hope and freedom for all. One evening, as the twin suns of Vela Prime set behind the mountains, Kira and Liam stood on a hill overlooking the land. "We did it," Liam said, softly. Kira looked at him and smiled. "Yes, but this is only the start. We must protect this freedom." Liam took her hand. "I will stand with you, always." Kira felt her heart full of hope. The enslaved alien woman was now a queen, a warrior, and a symbol of freedom. And with Liam's friendship and courage, she knew the future was bright. Together, they would face whatever came next. But for now, the flame of freedom burned strong across Vela Prime and across the stars.